That's my tripod. Hey, what is up guys, and welcome to yet another 3D Pilot video. Today I want to talk to you guys about why materials matter. Because apart from modeling, materials are a really important part of your render. And it's still pretty overlooked by many CAD rendering software. Now, material is actually a way to define how your object will feel to your users or your perceiver's eye. It's really important to think about not only color but also roughness and texture. Because you see, rendering is often the only way that you can let your client or your professor or whoever you want to convince have a feel for your product and imagine how it would feel like and how you would hold it, how it would be to have that product in front of you. Especially for parts that you will actually grip with your hands. It's not always easy to find a good sample and let your audience have a feel for the object like that. So it's very important to have high quality materials in your renders. Now, most rendering software includes some basic materials like some plastics and some metals and some really basic stuff. And sometimes you've got some woods and some stone or maybe some specialty materials that are handy, but they're very limited. You might think, well, that's too bad, but I'm just making plastic things. But still, there's a lot of detail that goes into a realistic material. For example, have you ever thought about dirty materials, or fabrics, organic materials, worn materials, ecological materials, deforming materials, fluids, more advanced labeling, color prints, special paint jobs, textured materials, wet materials, patterns, special surface finishes, furry things, meshes, leathers, frozen things? No, not that kind of frozen things. That kind, yeah. About hot things, things that are lit up, translucent things. There's a bunch more of these kind of specialty materials. And they are very important and you might need them. Or on second hand, you will probably need those. And then you will try to emulate them with the materials that you've got to work with, but that really doesn't cut the cheese, if that's even a word. Now, as I said, you need these good materials to achieve photorealism. But why is photorealism even important? Well, with our render, even if it's just a basic product render, we want to invoke a feeling. We want to bring across an idea, an emotion that is linked with our product. And doing that is only possible if your viewer actually believes in the image and believes that he is looking at an actual product. And his mind doesn't just say, you're looking at a render. It's very important to get that real feel of things. Because a bad material, or bad lighting or modeling, can create a barrier that makes it very hard to bring across your idea. That's why the imagination and the believability of your image is very important. And basically, it's a really important key to product persuasion. I'll give you a little example. Look at these two glasses of milk. Which one would you drink? So this is the first part of a series of videos about materials. There's a bunch of videos already on materials, but I think that it's really important to think about materials in a certain way and to have a good feel for photorealistic rendering. Especially for people coming from CAD software like SolidWorks, which I came from myself. So I'll be explaining what makes materials good and how you can actually create them, going from really basic plastics to a little bit more difficult things like fruits, for example, or rotten dirt, or there's really a bunch of materials. I'm not going to show you how to make each one of them, but I'm going to give you a good workflow that you can use to create these materials yourself. Of course, I will be using Blender with the Cycles rendering engine, but most of the things that I'll be telling are applicable to many different kinds of software if you're using Keyshot or if you're using Octane or Arnold, or there's so many different kind of rendering engines. I'm not going to count them all up, but the same basic principles go for all of these. The next video will be about PBR and the different components that go into a great material, be it a plastic, a metal, a wood, or anything like that. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope to catch you in the next one. Don't forget, the Raptor series competition is still going on until end January. I'll let you know the exact date, but you can still send in your picture on the 3D Pilot Facebook page and I'll have a look over there. I've received about 10 finished models by now, so you still got a great chance of winning if you send in your model, of course. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Bye!